Hi, welcome back. So today we are going to be talking about our V60 iced coffee recipe. Now this is for black filter coffee. It is really delicious and we feel that it brings out the best of a lot of different coffees. It's also very simple and you don't need a whole lot of expensive equipment to replicate this at home. Great, so I've got 20 grams of beans here. I'm going to use a little spritz of water. I have my Comandante grinder set at 22 clicks. And I'm just going to load this up and grind it very quickly. Oops. Here we are. Okay, so we're going to be using the Cafec medium roast profile filters. Now these are available on our website in the 40 or the 100 pack. So I'm just going to take one out, and like all of our other recipes, we need to pre-wet this filter. So first thing, just like the traditional V60 recipe that I'll have linked, what we're going to do is we're going to first identify which way that we brew. So if we're going around this way, we're going to want this paper folded towards or in the opposite direction that you'll be pouring in. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm just going to fold it this way. Give it a quick little pinch, drop it in, and it's done. Start at the fold and go around. So now this pre-wets and preheats your filter. And because we're brewing hot, that's going to be important too. Make sure all the water has dripped through, and let's get rid of this water. So the way we're going to set this up is we're going to have our carafe with the 150 grams of ice sitting at the bottom. You can brew hot and then pour that hot coffee over the ice. It doesn't really matter. Essentially, that's what we will be doing, but in this format, just so it's easy to view. This is also the easier way, just because there's less glass involved. So the first thing we're going to do, we are going to take out our 20 grams of coffee. I'll have a picture showing you exactly how coarse that is. We're going to tear that out, give it a quick tap, and create a little divot. We've got our water at 95 degrees and we're going to start with our bloom. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to start our timer and we're going to pour in 50 grams of water. Starting in that little divot, making our way out, making sure that everything is wet. And when we get to that 50 grams, stop pouring and give it a generous swirl. Cool. So now we're going to go in at 45 seconds. We're going to wait for that to completely draw down, and then we're going to start with our first pour of 100 grams of water. Cool, we're at 45 seconds and we're going to start from the center and just slowly covering all those dark spots. Try to slow it down with 100 grams. Let's just stop there. Give it a quick little spin. Wait for it to come down a little bit. And we're going to go in with that secondary 50 grams. Covering all of the dark spots, and we're done. Awesome. Give it a quick little swirl and let it draw down completely. Now, as you can see, there is starting to be that tiny little bit of coffee grind sitting at the wall. So in the event that that happens, that's completely fine. Just give it a little swirl, find a little bit of agitation, and let it draw down completely. We want this to take the longest out of the entire brew method. So we've got 45 seconds at the start. If we can push this from our first pour to our final drawdown, if we can extend that for as long as possible, that's the goal, without having to use too fine coffee. Great, so we're going to have that all the way come down, we're going to see that bed start to appear. And if it's nice and flat, then it's been a great even extraction. So we're going to have a concentrated coffee at the top. That's why we're brewing with less water. We are also using finer coffee and the filter papers. So that's just stopped now at 3 minutes. That's done. I've got my little lid for the carafe, which is super handy. Lift it up, and that will take any drips away, and I'll throw this out. And here we have it. 3 minutes. Delicious looking coffee. This is a Colombian Natural from El Parch Coffee. Make sure to give it a nice swirl. Everything is chilled out, combined. Let it sit for a little bit if you have to. And there we go. I'm gonna go enjoy this. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next video. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to leave a comment down below. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.